WRSR, Owasso, Flint. The following program has been pre-recorded and is paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc. Welcome to Discover Flint Township, a program showcasing our local community. Flint Township is ready for your next move. And now, your host, Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, Tracey Tucker.
I'm Tracey Tucker, and this is Discover Flint Township, brought to you by Flint Township Economic Development Authorities, HAP, Financial Plus Credit Union, Shea Automotive Group, and 103.9 Fox. Today, I am going to be talking about what's happening at a special event that Discover Flint Township is a part of. It's called Salute the Troops, and we have Bridget Hollingsworth-Stafford from HAP here joining us today, and our whole show is going to be about the troops.
Salute
and how you're saluting them.
Yep.
Salute.
All right.
Salute.
We're
That's
saluting
right.
them all right.
Yeah. Well, you know, we always want to thank them for their service and for their families who go through what they're going through as well. I mean,
Exactly.
they're serving as well, even though they're not in the military.
Absolutely.
So,
Ask any military family.
Yeah,
it is
exactly.
the entire family that's serving.
Exactly. So anyway, so this is Bridget. For those of you who
guys.
haven't listened in before.
Where have you been?
Exactly. Bridget is at HAP, and you are the director.
I'm the director of community outreach and strategic partnerships. So
yeah, I like
what
that
we
title.
do, what we do is a lot of different things. Actually, we manage and fulfill all of the different sponsorships and community activities that HAP does. We assist with health fairs. We put together member engagement activities.
Nice.
And this is one that I think we're going to be promoting among our membership as well, because we know we have a lot of our members who have served.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have some of our Medicare plans that are especially attractive for folks who have other coverage through their service. So there'll be information about that as well. But the whole event really is just a culmination of our wish to focus on and celebrate the folks that are serving our country.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And we're so proud to be a part of this, as well as 103.9 The Fox is involved. They have a banner, don't they?
Yeah,
that they're
this
gonna have
kind of
there?
really all started with a promotion here on the Fox, and that is the Salute the Troops. And what that is a banner that's been created that's traveling all around the area, going to different sponsored locations and having folks come in, actually write on the banner with a Sharpie, kind of give their greeting, if you will, their thanks, their support for the troops. And eventually this banner will be sent to the USS Michigan, where, believe it or not, a lot of Michigan troops are stationed. Yeah. So the greetings that folks are putting and the support will be placed right where the guys and gals that need it the most are going to see every day when they're doing their work.
Them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And there's just a ton of stuff going on with this. I know we're going to have a remote there from the radio station, and Sly the Fox will be there.
Oh,
so if you have kids, bring them out. They can get their picture with them. And then you have, there's going to be music. There's going to be
all kinds of
food
stuff
for purchase.
Right.
So,
this is going to be on September 25th. It's Saturday from 11 to 2. And that will be at the HAP building at the corner of Linden and Corona Roads in Flint Township.
Right.
And we hope that everybody will join us. So in addition to that radio remote and signing the banner, we're also going to have a lot of different resources. We've engaged with partners from Genesee County, from the County Department of Veterans Services. We've engaged with the American Legion, the VFWs, and the DAV chapters here around town. And we're going to really just make it a day of celebration, a day of information and resources that are of interest both to vets and to current troops. And we're also going to do a few fun things, too. One of the things that I know from a lot of my family and friends who are in the service or have been, they really, really appreciate getting greeting cards or getting a card from a loved one or even from just a person that is appreciating what they do. So we're going to have a fun little station where anybody can come and create a card for one of a troop, a service person. And so we'll have all the supplies that folks need to do that, kind of make a fun activity, like you said, for the kids.
Right.
And we're also going to have we're going to start, we've already started actually collecting socks. One of the biggest, most requested items from folks that are deployed around the world is, gosh, I wish I had a clean pair of socks.
Right.
You know how your feet feel gross after?
Yeah. And there's no re-wearing socks either.
No. So we decided that was something easy that people could bring, that people could donate. It's not super costly, but yet it's something that is so appreciated. So we've partnered with a couple of different agencies that will assist us in getting these to troops. But we ask people, even if you can't join us on September 25th at our office, please stop by the HAP building anyway during what you would call like business hours, roughly 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Right. You can stop by today even and bring over a pair of socks or a bunch of pairs of socks. We have a collection box ready in our lobby.
Yeah, that'll be cool. They have what they're mainly asking for is color.
Yeah,
dark colored socks, and also the calf length, not the no shows,
not
or anything
a
like that. People like them up their calf.
Yeah, because they're wearing boots.
Yeah,
so you gotta think about that. So you gotta wear, have a little bit of a longer, more substantial sock, and preferably in dark colors. Because I'm betting they don't sort their laundry. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Well, and also too, the dark colors don't stain as easy, or at least you don't see it.
Right. So dark colored socks, any kind. We don't, want to specify brand, but just think about that. If that's something that you can do easily, stop by our office.
Yeah, one pair of 10,
Friday.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Just that's a great way that anybody can get involved. A few of the other agencies that are coming that day, the Desert Angel, and that's a group that does a lot of support activities for our troops that are deployed around the world. And so again, they
do care packages, don't they?
Yeah. So they're going to help us with getting these socks to the right folks.
Nice.
And they're also going to talk about the services that they provide and how they're supporting our troops around the world.
Yeah, and even with the veterans organizations that are going to be there, they're going to be there with information. Like if you need support services, or if you just have questions about what's available out there, come on out, because that's why they're doing this. So
exactly. We've had great partnership with these agencies. Exactly. They're ready to help. They're ready to connect people with resources and make sure that our vets and our active duty troops have the services that they need, and their families as well. And MTA is a great partner of ours for a lot of the different projects that we work on. And a lot of people don't know that they have the Rides for Vets program, where vets and their families can get free rides, whether it's to the grocery store, the doctor's office, appointments, even just to, go visit a friend even. Right. So there are really a lot of resources available, a lot of awesome partners and companies and agencies around the Flint area that are happy to share their resources and can't wait to talk to everybody.
Yeah, and the MTA services aren't just like down in the city. I mean, if you're out in the outer parts of Flushing or Clio or whatever, if you're in Genesee County and you want to use the MTA, you can call them, and they're not sending a huge bus out there, okay? They have little vehicles or smaller vehicles for things like this.
But, oftentimes I think vets, especially older ones who may have some health issues, forget that there are ways to get them out of the house and to help them get to the appointments that they need to, and that there's no reason to put off getting care or going to the store because you don't have transportation. So that's an awesome thing. So that's just one example of the type of resources that we're going to make available to folks on that day.
Yeah, and isn't the Marine Color Guards going to be there?
Yeah, I think I think we have a confirmation. So there will be, some information. One thing I think a lot of people want to know more about is, how do I properly display my flag? How do I retire my flag appropriately when it's no longer in a condition that's appropriate for displaying the flag? How do you do that?
It's tattered.
And, exactly. Ripped. Because, there are certain conventions and regulations that surround displaying the American flag that I think a lot of us forget about. So it's great to have organizations like that.
We would always take ours to the VFW or the Legion, and they would dispose of them. And they do a ceremony, and then they retire the flags, and they burn them.
Yeah,
is what they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll have a lot of that type of information. We've got, again, some of the DAV posts here to kind of talk about the services that they have available. We're hoping to have, I don't have the list of food trucks or exactly what food's available. We're partnering with several of the area restaurants and food trucks to make sure we have some food available for folks. And we're
for
just
them
really,
to purchase.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
for
that's
purchase.
Not free. Everything else is free, but the food is for purchase.
Yep, there will be purchase, and there'll be some great deals there too. So we've got some partnerships where we're going to be able to get folks a nice meal for a low price. So that would be
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, and then we have a couple of places that we have talked about on this show that have been looking for people to work. And one of them is a veteran-owned company called Patriot Ambulance, who has started a company called ATI, which is American Training Institute. They work together, but they train paramedics, EMTs. They do safety training, but they have a school that ATI that will train people for these jobs. So they're going to be there with information not only on the training that people can get, but on jobs they have available.
They have, and they asked us, can we bring 100 opportunities? And we're like, bring as many as you can get.
Exactly.
You know, we know a lot of people are looking for jobs right now. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, I know a lot of people either were home for quite a long time or lost or left their jobs. We're seeing a resurgence now of people getting out and getting jobs. So there are lots of opportunities available out there, and they're going to be there on Saturday, September 25th to share info about that.
And we had Lo, her name's Lo White. She is at Automation Movers International Tech Center. And they are an advanced technology center. They do conveyor belts for the huge manufacturers and things like that, conveyor systems. And they are going to have a table there as well with information on how, if you're a veteran or even looking for a job, you can look at the opportunities they have there. They told me that they have like 100 openings, and they're like high-paying jobs, like over $20 an hour paying jobs. So
hear that?
If you need a job and you want to get trained in a lot of their stuff, and you guys can talk to Lo at the booth that day. But I mean, they partner with companies that like hire you and train you at the same time. So
on the job training, and we're talking about decent career level jobs that a lot of us are looking for. Right.
So that's one of the other things that's going to be there. Let's see. So you got food. We can't beat that. You got stuff if you want to donate. We want you to bring new socks.
Dark colored socks at calf or higher.
There you go. And this is on Saturday,
September 25th,
11 a.m. Right?
11 to 2. And part of that time will be the remote from 103.9 The Fox.
Yeah, they'll be there with Sly. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the HAP building is on the southwest corner of Linden and Corona Road. You can't miss it. It's 3 stories high. So 4 stories high. 4 stories high. And it's brown, and it's like reflective glass. So you can't miss it.
Yeah, people used to call it the Pink Palace.
Pink Palace?
Because it is kind of a pinky color. So.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah.
That's funny.
I'm dating myself, so it's been a while. But yeah, it's where we're based here in Flint. We've got also some employees from the Hurley patient accounting area that are in that building currently, but that's where it's happening, out in the yard. We'll have tents, so don't worry about the weather. We'll have tents to be under, lots of fun stuff going on. Again, stuff for the kids. We can make some cards to thank the
let's
support.
talk more about that. So these cards, these are sent to active duty service members,
Correct.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So people that aren't necessarily getting a nice word said to them.
Maybe
so
not.
we want to show them our support, and anybody can do it.
Oh,
Kids,
sure.
if they want to draw
that would be a great thing for the kids to do.
Yeah.
We kind of started doing this, and we found that people really, really liked it with the crim. We would put together, a bunch of poster boards and paint and markers and what have you, and encourage people to make posters that we could, share at the crim and have, hey,
nice.
way to go.
Yeah.
So we have some artistic individuals at our place that can help, and we'll probably have some cheaters. We usually have some pictures you can. Trace, Tracey. Some pictures you can trace, so you don't have to be a great artist. You just have to have a heart for people, and you want to greet and thank our troops. So come over and make a few cards, learn a little bit more about the resources that are available in our community. Have a little food, we hope, and just enjoy a little bit.
Yeah. And they can HAP is up Monday through Friday.
8 to 5.
8 to 5. And so people can bring the socks. If they want to donate socks, again, it's the dark colored calf link up your leg, the ones that are longer. And you have a drop box in the lobby.
Right.
So Monday through Friday, anytime between 8 and 5, you can go over there and drop them off. So, or you can bring them on that Saturday would be great too. And I'm sure if you want to look online at Desert Angel about what she does care packages. So if you want to bring stuff for that, I think they're always looking for
there's things that are
baby wipes and things like that.
Yeah, baby wipes are a big request, and kind of like non-perishable snacks like granola bars or bags of nuts, that type of thing that can travel well, won't break up, and that are keep easily at the other end.
Because I think that's what her care packages are just like a Happy Day package. Here you got a little treat
sometimes
for the day.
Disposable razor might be appreciated, or just think about
so if you have stuff like that.
Yeah,
bring it that day too, because I'm sure she'll take those donations as well.
That's a great idea, Tracy. So think about what you would like if you were kind of like out without the comforts of home, and pretty much anything that fits that description is going to be a welcome item in a
and sometimes
care
it's just them getting a package. They're just happy somebody is thinking about them, and not everybody that's there has people at home either. So a lot of them are by themselves, so they don't have people writing letters to them all the time, and so they get a card, then get a package. And if you can help out, we'd like to see it. The main thing is to let our troops know that we appreciate them and their service. And this is not only for active duty, but we have stuff that we're doing for veterans themselves, retired veterans,
right.
Non-active duty. Yeah. Because I don't even know how do you say that, because obviously I'm not military. I do have family that was, though. I have actually 3 people in my family that were Marines, that cousins of mine, and then a nephew and 2 uncles that were Air Force.
Yep, my dad was in the Navy.
Yeah.
I have a brother-in-law who was in the Coast Guard.
Oh, there you go.
And all kinds of, so I think all of us can identify with how important it is to recognize, to thank, and support both the active duty and the vets. And I think it's just a small thing that we can do as part of how we try to support the community as a whole, that, took an idea that was already a great idea had by the Fox and said, let's blow it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's make it a little bit more, and let's take this opportunity to support and provide a little bit of pride, a little bit more pride even.
Yeah, and I love the banner. The banner is, just a great way for tons of people to get their word out and send that to some place where they'll appreciate it, and then they can hang it up and look at it at their leisure. It's so neat. I think they've been doing that for about 7 years now. I think they said this is like the 7th one.
Yeah, so I hope that the troops are like, oh, look, we have our new banner this year. How exciting.
Yeah.
And
I think they send it to some place different every year, some place that has a Michigan connection. So, obviously USS Michigan
pretty much
more
has a
connected
Michigan
to that.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. I can't wait to see the pictures when they actually have it there, and the guys from the guys and gals that are serving on the USS Michigan around it. That'll be cool.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot of social media around it. We're going to give people an opportunity to share their photos from that day.
Yeah.
We'll have music and entertainment, so it's going to be super fun. I'm hoping still we'll have like a marching band to play those,
cool.
marches that we all kind of associate
that would be
with.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then you have is it Black Tie Productions going to be there?
Yes, Craig and Company.
Music?
They've done so many
job.
great things with us this year. We've partnered with them in so many ways, and we've really created some interesting ways to engage with the public. We talked about this earlier when we did the vaccination clinics, how we try to add an element of fun and a way for people to kind of promote. In the case of the vaccines, it was, hey, I got my shot. Here's a picture, and it was fun. But when it comes to this event, we're going to have the same sort of thing where people can share their photos on social media, but it'll be more like I salute the troops, and
cool.
And of course Craig and his team do such a great job and make the event so fun.
Yeah,
that
it'll
if
be
nothing
a lot of
else, you'll go there, have some fun, music, food, people, make a card, bring some socks. It's just going to be an awesome day altogether.
Bring some socks.
Don't forget the socks.
Our producer started laughing. He was like, "That just
socks, and bring some
tickled
socks."
his funny bone." That's funny. So we've got. I was trying to think. There was something else I was going to say. So we've got the job, the people there that are going to have information on training on jobs. We've got sock donations. There's something. Wow! I was just sitting here while you were talking. Oh, are you going to have any vaccines at these shots being given, or are
I'm
you
not
just going to have
100% sure.
information there for
We'll
on the
definitely
next
have
date?
information, and
Okay.
we'll also have. At this point, at that time of the year, we hope to have the 2021 flu shots available. And if we don't have an event that day, we'll have a list of the upcoming events so that people can make a plan. We're also looking at whether, and I believe it's been now approved, and it is indicated that it's possible to do your booster for your COVID vaccination and your flu shot at the same time. So I do anticipate we'll start to see some activity where, initially in the pandemic when we started doing vaccination events, it was primarily the older folks that were like beating down the doors to come in for that.
Right.
And so,
Well,
I
they
think,
were the vulnerable population.
right. Oh,
so,
and they still are. I mean, I think we all are. So I think there's a lot of interest in boosters, and we want to take that opportunity when we have somebody that's here for a booster to also get them vaccinated for flu. And so I do think as time goes by, we'll see the COVID-19 vaccinations sort of like the flu that they'll have every year. They'll have, a little bit slightly different vaccine that has been formulated to address the issues that they've uncovered. So we'll definitely have some info along those lines to help people with that, because that's really a top of mind issue right now. And this will be the event that we're having at HAP will be right after the time that boosters are broadly available. So we'll definitely...
So we'll have information available. Well, HAP's going to have information on a lot of things like Medicare for veterans and how they can use that, and any like support plans that HAP has, and that they can look at. Various places have them, but that information will be there from HAP, and they'll have vaccination information, and there was something else that you guys were going to have there that you were discussing. I can't remember what it was now.
We're right. Well, we always like to provide general information about staying healthy, whether it's how to eat healthy or keep an eye on your blood pressure. So we'll have a table of basic health information available, and some of our medical directors will also be there. Yeah. So I know a couple of them who love a challenge when it comes to either vaccine hesitancy or people who say, why should I do this? Or why should I care about this number, my blood pressure or my cholesterol? So we definitely will have
So they'll be
resources.
there to answer health questions, like if you need, not necessarily like you would ask your doctor, but little things like, okay, what is the best way to stay healthy? What is the target dates I should use or target ages when I should get this shot or get this exam? This is that's that would be a good way for people that have questions but not really sure what that question entails.
Right.
So they're going to ask you and say, well, instead they're going to their doctor, they're going to give you all these symptoms they've got and ask you.
Boy, I don't know if we'll have the symptom checker there, but you'll hear
saying that's what they'll end up doing.
Right, and that's especially
like, we're not a doctor.
Right. We forgot to mention that today. We are not doctors, and we didn't play one on TV, but we do try to make sure that resources are available for people that have questions, and that we're making information available for how to stay healthy. That it's pretty simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah, the things about the heat, how to beat the heat, and how to make sure that you're hydrating, things like that. Good healthy tips. I think that's mainly what if you have questions that are symptomatic, go to your doctor.
Yeah, exactly. and you've
Don't
heard
bring that
me
question
say this.
to the HAP building.
Right, you've heard me say this before, but I'll just say it again. It's so important to have a physician, like a medical home, a place where you feel comfortable, a place where you feel heard, and a place that can help you coordinate, because healthcare and insurance, it's confusing. Right. And, part of what our mission is to help make that easier and to help provide information to make it less confusing. But ultimately, the most important relationship you have when it comes to your health is with your doctor. Right. So even if you have conditions where you see specialists a lot and stuff, we still feel so strongly that you need to have a primary care physician that is kind of your overarching support system for keeping yourself healthy.
And now don't they have that, even if they're veterans, can use VA, obviously, but don't they have now the right to go to any doctor they want?
Right, and that's why the plan that we have, which we'll be able to share a little bit more detail about later, but why the plan that we offer, it does not put your benefits that you earned as a service person at risk. It really supplements them. Yeah. So we're not saying to you, don't take advantage of the benefits that you've earned, but our plan would give you the option to seek additional services that maybe are not available or are difficult to obtain, because we've heard, there are some challenges within the VA system to getting care quickly. So that's one of the best benefits about the plan that we offer, is that it does give you the option to see other providers as well and still have that access to the services you earned.
Yeah, that's great. And it's a good way for this Salute the Troops is a good event for people to interact with all these different agencies, get their questions answered, help donate socks or any other goods.
Make a card.
Make a card, sign a banner. You can get, and all of these things are ways for us to show our troops and our veterans our appreciation for all they do and all they give to this country. So that's very important, but we want to mention that if you have a family, bring them out.
Bring them.
Bring them out. Let those kids help out with a card.
Exactly. So this is Salute the Troops. It's September 25th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that is at the HAP building at the corner of Linden and Corunna. It's 2050 South Linden, if you're a Google Map person, in Flint Township, 48532. Again, Saturday, September 25th, 11 to 2 at HAP. Be there or be square.
I like it. So thanks for coming in, and we will see you, and hopefully all our listeners will come out to the Salute Your Troops events. And if you have a question, you can email me at discoverflinttownship@gmail.com, or you can visit us on Facebook for more information at Flint Township Events. Our YouTube channel and our anchor channel for the podcast are Discover Flint Township. Our website is discoverflinttownship.com. And the township's website is flinttownship.org. And I want to thank my guest today, Bridget.
Hey, thanks, Tracey.
And our
HAP.org if you want to check out our website anytime. Info on all of our plans and on things going on. So check it out.
Yeah, awesome. HAP is one of our great partners, along with Shea Automotive Group, Financial Plus Credit Union, Guaranteed Rate, and 103.9 Fox. This is Tracey Tucker, and I would like to remind everybody, stay safe, Stay healthy, shop local, buy local, and discover Flint Township. See you next week.
This has been Discover Flint Township with Tracey Tucker. For more information, visit discoverflinttownship.com. Flint Township is ready for your next move. The preceding program was pre-recorded and was paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc.